play of the game from way down.
True, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bomb stats, Nico gonna find Rainer.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. Today, we're going to get a little bit of replay action going, and we're going to start off with a Division A game between Dread Pirates and Beast Coast. This was voted on by the public. So if you're here to watch this game, make sure that you also go back to the general chat of NGS and make sure you vote on what you want to see for the next game. But this one is going to be between Dread Pirates, thanks Vivian Shay, and Beast Coast. And I just realized too that Mystic had actually already put a check mark on that heroic game. So hopefully that's not the winner. I guess, I don't know, because it sounds like he's going to try to pick that one up. If that's the case, if that is the one that wins, we'll do the other heroic game. I think there was another one in there. So just gonna get the information here set up for the teams, as obviously I didn't have a whole lot of time to get that set up. So give me just a moment on that, but we'll get this started here in just a second. And oh, there is a Mystic with a C. Course. There we go. Alright, so who am I missing? White Mane, MF Princess. There you go. Oops. So it is Sunday. And there's some games coming up tonight. Certainly worth checking out. One of which I'll be casting at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then there's a whole glut of them at like 9 o'clock or so. So definitely want to check those out. Some good games tonight. Okay, there we go. All set. So I think I already had the map stuff set up. So let me just... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me try update. Why not? Oh, because I didn't give the pool. There we go. There we go. All right. Map bans today. We had the Cursed Hollow and Dragonshire being banned out by Dread Pirates. Beast Coast banning out Infernal Shrines and Battlefield of Eternity. Now that's absolutely insane, because it feels like Infernal Shrines and Battlefield of Eternity are the two most played maps this season. I don't know if that's true, but that's how it feels like. And then gonna be the first pick, gonna be Volskaya Foundry, and that is a selection of Dread Pirates. Welcome, Slexia. Thank you for the 69 bits. Much appreciated. But otherwise, we're all set up and ready to go. So let's go ahead and hit that watch button. So again, as per normal replay cast, there's no draft to pay attention to here. So it's just hopping right in. I like to make sure that I don't show you guys how long the game's going to be, or I always turn off chat as well, just that way, you know, in case there's any spiciness, we don't have to worry about that. That's all set up and ready to go. Let's get into this game. All right. On the left, we've got the Dread Pirates. Sir Stiggle's going to be playing Mal'Ganis. Batmari on Blaze. Decorus on Li Ming. Delurker going to be playing Greymane and MF Princess on Whitemane, and boy, does she look like a princess. Over here on the right, we've got Beast Coast, the Division B East. Actually, I guess they were Division B Grand Champions, never mind, of Season 7. We got Megamuffin playing Zul'jin, Monkus on the Mephisto, the Pie Maker on a Nubarak. Saris going to be playing Ariel, and RGB Fox there playing the Thrall. Mephisto, a favorite hero of Monkus. Maybe not his favorite hero, but it is a hero that he enjoys playing and likes to be able to talk about it. Has a little bit of a different build sometimes. This time going into that Lightning Nova, so a little bit different from what I've seen him play before with the spell power. But right now, Dread Pirate's taking a lot of the damage here from the combination of that Zul'jin and, of course, the Lightning Nova as well. It is going to be Headhunter for Zul'jin. That Nerubian armor for a Nubarak, giving him that extra spell armor. Down here in the bot lane, we're going to have Thrall going Echo of the Elements, and for Ariel, Righteous Assault, so the cooldown reduction when hitting heroes in the center point there. So, and gonna get a bit of a scuffle up here in the top. Megamuffin pretty low, but there's no danger really coming in from the enemy team, so just gonna get some stacks nice and early in this game as Li-Ming picking up that soak in the mid lane. And with the XP changes, this rotation down, they won't lose any of this XP, they'll just grab it at the wall. But it'll get a little bit of damage there. On the other side, we've got the new habits for Blaze getting that unstoppable. No ban talent, Vampiric Aura, giving the additional auto attack healing, not just for him, but also for his allies. So pretty significant value there for that Greymane if he's going to go diving in. I also imagine that, I hadn't really considered this, but for Blaze doesn't do a lot of auto attack damage to an individual, but to a group, it's not bad. Power Hungry from Li-Ming, and what is this? Pity the Frail, so that additional healing when the target is low on health. So far here, first siege camp of the game going to be picked up by Dread Pirates. They're about 30 seconds off from the control point, so doing that pretty early. Both fortification camps being picked up once by either team. And I assume, I assume that the point of picking up this siege camp is to put lane or pressure in that lane so that they can threaten the heal camp, which so far at least is what they've done. We've got a full rotation with Blaze coming up now, so this is the preferred option for Dread Pirates. Thrall's still in the bot lane but is on his way, but not before the Mal'Ganis having difficulty picking up that biotic emitter, and let me tell you, I've been there. You're like, hey, right click, right click, right click. There's like a split second of a channel to pick those darn things up. Very frustrating. Level 4 is available for both teams, so let's check that out here. And Mephisto going into Spite, so getting additional value from regen gloams. Not just the additional time, but also reducing his cooldowns as it activates his Lord of Hatred. And Mal'Ganis there was looking for that Night Rush, but ended up getting interrupted out of it as Mephisto up in the top lane clearing up that siege camp. Blaze working on that XP in the bot lane, doing the difficult job. It's going to be dominance for Li-Ming, looking for those resets and those kills to get that extra healing. Jet Propulsion coming in is going to hit onto Mephisto, but he's going to rubber band right back where he came from. And right now, Greymane and the very far forward Whitemane in a little bit of danger here. There's the biotic emitter, and Greymane's going to be the first blood of the game, but it's not looking like it's going to be the last blood, as Megamuffin getting low here is able to get away from the danger there. So still ultimately even, never mind, now it's a 1-for-1. 85% here now for Dread Pirates, as Saris falling very low, having to use that hope to get whatever healing they could. It was not a whole lot though. And the Protector gonna go over to Dread Pirates. Even with that kill, they weren't quite able to get enough pressure where Beast Coast to force them off of this point. So the first Protector going over there to Dread Pirates. They're gonna get the XP from these towers. Let's take a look. How much is that for those towers? 125. So 125 XP per tower is basically 2 minions, I think. I think it's 60 minions per or 60 XP per minion. So not actually nearly as much as I expected it to be. But they're gonna catch the Zul Jin here, but he's gonna be able to walk away once again. So many times Megamuffin falling very low, but just not enough to get the kill. Thrall coming in with the root is gonna land it. It's gonna be Mal'Ganis and Whitemane. Oh, and the Detainment Strike just barely catching the Blaze. That's a triple kill, maybe a quad kill coming out from Beast Coast. Telling the pirates they overstayed their welcome. Yeah, you may have taken our well, but we took your heroes. And that's a full level lead basically here and now for Beast Coast, as they're going to make their way in, grab this fortification camp, get the turret, and set themselves up with a little bit of an advantage for the next control point up top. Or maybe you could look at it as balancing out, because they did lose their healing well. A lot of damage there on Tesaris. Li Ming getting so much value from her missiles there, and likely had an orb for power hungry. And Li Ming going into Calamity, so kind of the old school quote-unquote version of Li Ming with this Calamity dominance and power hungry, as opposed to kind of the more recent version of Li Ming that we've seen a lot, especially on this map, of the Arcane Orb build. Ever since Blizzard adjusted Arcane Orb talent at level 4, the Triumvirate, I think, reducing the cooldown was always there, but also increasing, like giving you 40 mana back, made it so that Arcane Orb has become a much more common pick outside of just QM. But here we got level 10s, and it's going to be the pings coming out looking for the Li Ming. And there goes the Impale, so they're going to get the stun, dive in. Mal'Ganis is going to get rooted by the Mephisto there, but so far not able to get that kill. Mal'Ganis, a tanky boy. But Whitemane's going to get rooted by the Thrall inside of that Earthquake, and that's going to be the first kill here, out of this fight at least. And we did see the Biotic Emitter picked up there by Beast Coast as well. So let's take a look. What do we got? We got Mephisto had the Durance of Hate. The Crystal Aegis coming out. We had the Cocoon, Earthquake, and of course Taz Dingo. A 4-man sleep coming out from Mal'Ganis. But the reality of it is that this is just a 3v4 here. There's no healer on the side of Dread Pirates, as she is just coming back into the mix here. As far as their ultimates, we've got the Bunker. Looks like Divine Reckoning. Just to make sure, because I think every time I see Scarlet Aegis, I think it's Divine Reckoning. We've got Go for the Throat, Carrion Swarm, and Disintegrate. So Disintegrate's going to help deal with the Cocoon. Crystal Aegis going up? Not. You know what? Maybe that was Mephisto using Shade, and then she used the Aegis to keep him alive. Is that what happened, Vivian Che? I didn't actually see what happened there. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I was like, that's the only reason I can think of to put somebody in an Aegis there, away from the team, so makes sense. And there's the knockback, gonna keep Mal'Ganis from putting the rest of the team to sleep, just getting the Anubrak for a moment here. But as we saw previously, Dread Pirates did oh, here we go, Jet Propulsion in, hitting 2. They've got the oil down as well. Thrall is getting low, but he's not gonna be the first target, it's gonna be Mephisto. And it's looking like that may be it. Dread Pirates acknowledging the kill that they have. They're getting back onto the point. And what I was going to say is that, you know, Beast Coast had a very difficult time taking over the control point when they were on control point A. Even, I mean, there was a, I don't know, 2-minute long fight, it seemed like, between the two teams trying to take it over. But ultimately, even getting a kill, even securing that kill, and being relatively healthy at the time, if I remember right, not able to push Dread Pirates off. So we'll see. At 70% here, they got to do this rotation now. They do have the 13 advantage. So maybe this is a chance for them to get in here and get a kill and get onto the point with just Blaze on it. Looks like they're at least going to get onto the point, start the neutral there as Carrion Swarm gets interrupted. That's going to be a dead Mal'Ganis here. Divine Reckoning drop. There's nobody standing in it though, so it's not going to provide any additional healing. And I believe this is the first channel of this game for Beast Coast. I don't think they got any channel on the first one. So 96% for Dread Pirates. And with that advantage, with the tank, well, the primary tank, I guess, front line from Dread Pirates dead, it's going to give a biotic emitter here over to Beast Coast. That's going to set them up pretty decently. They did use their turret, so they just have the one item. And level 13 coming up for Dread Pirates as well, so they're very likely going to make it in 60%, so they have plenty of time. They also have a siege camp going in the lane here. It's going to take a little while for that to get too much value. Jet propulsion in. Yeah, it did hit the Inubrac. There's the earthquake in the back here, but half of the team of Beast Coast is put to sleep, but it's going to be Whitemane being put into a cocoon here. Biotic emitter coming out, and there's the route onto 2 from that Endurance of Hate. Greymane's going to be the first to fall. Taz Dingo popped by Zul'jin, and Mal'Ganis looks like he's going to be able to make it out. The bunker going to provide a little bit of extra zoning potential, some body block, as Beast Coast pick up the second protector here. And, you know, since we talked about it a little bit while the protector's walking here, you know, it's interactions like the Crystal Aegis with his teleport that, you know, you don't think a whole lot about, but those kind of interactions, like acknowledging the ability to do something like that to prevent that rubber band effect where Mephisto goes back, that really showcases a team that's comfortable on these heroes and understands all the different interactions that they can perform. Because that's not one you would see often. There's the Crystal Aegis coming out. Is going to get a lot of damage out, and looked like the... I guess it must have been a detain... Oh, it was the level 13 Detainment Strike knocking him back. Piercing Lash, allowing for Ariel to basically to save Zul'jin there, because I don't think Zul'jin survives if not for that. And Mal'Ganis is going to go back in. He's trying to catch the Oriole to put her to sleep, as Zul'jin going to get a lot of damage coming in from the Li Ming. And Beast Coast looking to try to take out that well. They get it, but Carrion Swarm coming into the back, so Mal'Ganis is not quite done. But they don't have any kind of an unstoppable. Do they have an unstoppable here? They don't. So no unstoppable at all. No cleanse, no anything. So once that protector goes down, that's it. They can't really jump in onto it like a Johanna, or I guess even a Blaze if he was here, you know, with his level 1 new habits there. Divine Reckoning forcing the team to split apart there, because that is a fair amount of damage, especially if you pop her trait, which I do not remember the name of, but you know what? There's nothing going on, so why don't we... Oh, you know what? Never mind, there is. Fox coming in here, getting the aggressive turret as well, so... Blaze is in the back, is going to use that jet propulsion to get out and leave some oil behind here, as Li Ming getting brought very low. It's going to be Mal'Ganis, however, getting hit by the Detainment Strike and taken out. So once again, the kill onto Mal'Ganis. And 16s available here for Beast Coast. So an interesting pick here from Zul'jin. No mercy, so that allows Zul'jin to get that full auto attack damage when he hits somebody with Grievous Throw, which, you know, if you're playing into a Mal'Ganis in Storm League or QM or whatever, and they've got that winged guard, then that's absolute bonkers value, because that's, you know, 75 physical armor. Here, overall, it's a little bit less value. It's still helpful against the W from Mal'Ganis. It's helpful against the 10 armor that Greymane gets, and it's helpful against Blaze when he gets the Pyromania. So, you know, all of which are basically on use. So it's going to get value. It's going to bring them down faster when they're going to imagine that they have defenses up to deal with such an issue. Thrall, yeah. I mean, Thrall dies, right? Yeah, he's done. But the rest of the Beast Coast is coming in. There is a Divine Reckoning going out. Endurance of Hate hitting onto the Greymane, but Zul'jin falling in the back as well. So that's 2 kills now. And basically no damage potential here coming out from Beast Coast left. So they're just going to have to bail out of there. Level 16's with that fight now coming up for Dread Pirates, and they're going to make their way and equalize this bot lane, get this bottom fort out. I actually wonder, you know, Viv Shay, I wonder if this was one of the games or the game. I know there was another game where, oh, well, okay, never mind. There was another game where, like, somebody picked Mal'Ganis thinking that Winged Guard was available because of the fact that, you know, I don't know, they don't read the bans. And so they had to restart the game. We had that. Another team had that. So that might have been part of it because, you know, Mal'Ganis is oppressive with that, especially into the team that they've got here with that Zul'jin and even Thrall. So this might have been one of those where they're like, oh, hey, we'll take Mal'Ganis. We get Winged Guard. Oh, darn it, we can't. Right? So maybe that's what happened. Because I agree. I mean, the additional potential out of those heroes could provide a lot of value for the Li Ming. That said, I mean, so does... I mean, Night Rush does get a lot of value as long as your team can avoid waking them up. And this, at this point, this is where things start to get crazy, as I like being the aggressor on this control point. It really opens up a lot. There's the biotic emitter, and it's going to rotate around the room here. Durance of Hate coming out, lands onto 2. So Big Root, the Divine Reckoning, however, is going to keep everybody alive, at least for the moment, as a Nubrak and Thrall will drop Mal'Ganis as well. And it's going to be four members of Make It All 5 of Beast Coast heading back to the graveyard there. This might actually be the end of the game, too. Nice long death timers. You've got a path right into the keep. And a full healthy protector 16 minutes into this game. I don't know. 30 seconds. It's going to take a short bit here to get through this. And the wall's going to go down there. Watching these timers, 20 seconds. And we're seeing the pings calling for the core. They agree. This is it. There's 10 seconds left. I think that this is going to be Dread Pirates make their way onto the core, and I don't know, with a Greymane and a Protector and a Li Ming, all of your damage here, I think this is going to be game. Oh yeah, look at that, 25% of that coming out from just a couple of big bursts. Cocoon going out onto the Li Ming, trying to stall things out, but it's not gonna. A little bit too late. Thanks to that 30, 40, it was 40 seconds, I think. Death timer. Whitemane ults game changing. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like, Whitemane is a hero that I think gets, much like Varian, doesn't see nearly as much play as I think that they could. There's a lot of value there, but I think the skill ceiling on and the floor probably on Whitemane are both, you know, quite a bit higher, and so, you know, a lot of people just aren't playing her because of that. But certainly the value there, that ultimate provides just constant healing to anybody with Zeal, and as you can see, you know, she is putting out additional Zeal, right? She's putting out Zeal on herself when she gets 2 people right there. So 2 casts, and suddenly she's got 3 people, 1 other Zeal, and she's healing most of her team with that. Not only that, but she's also reducing damage and to 2 different people. So, you know, Whitemane does have a lot of value, I think. So 9 kills to 10. I mean, that was actually overall that was a pretty balanced game, and you know, it's frustrating to lose a game like that where you feel like, you know, you're in it, and then suddenly it's 20 minutes in, and there's nothing you can do because you lose a team fight. But that is the state of HOTS in 2019, soon to be 2020. Can you believe that? Almost 2020. All right, let's get the point up here for the Dread Pirates. And our next game is going to be Alterac Pass, another map that has not had a significant amount of play. The first map there was picked by Dread Pirates. This one is also going to be picked by Dread Pirates. We'll see what Beast Coast brings to the table when they're down a game. Interesting. All right, okay. I'm assuming Samuro, yeah, I was gonna say, Samuro had to be banned out. Fox plays a mean Samuro, and you don't want to deal with that. Let's see. Oh man, we got a couple of interesting comps here. You guys are gonna like this. All right, we're all set up. Gonna go ahead and get this started so that you can check out the drafts here in a moment. It's our favorite server, Grinch. Love it. Oh man, let's see. How is the post doing? So Div A is the one we're casting now. Right now, Div C is currently in second place. So I'm guessing that's where we're going to be going here next. So game is all set up and ready to go. Let's go ahead and get our teams introduced and start this up. Currently up 1-0. We've got on the left here the Dread Pirates. Sir Stiggle's going to be playing Johanna. Bat Mary on Arthas. Decorus on the Sergeant Hammer. Delurker on the Kael'thas. And I like that. I like that Skinergy there. MF Princess then on the Lieutenant Morales. Over here on Beast Coast, looking to even out the score here, we've got Saris hanging out in base, as you do on Anduin. Monk is going to be playing the Greymane, the Pie Maker on the ETC, RGB Fox on the Zeratul, and Mega Muffin playing the Chromie. All right, so what do we got? We got Grenade build coming out from Morales, so eventually that'll give her a cooldown reduction as well as a what is that? A larger field of burst. It's going to help to protect the hammer. They also have Arthas going into the block, so that's going to help with the damage from Greymane. Laws of Hope for the Johanna. Mana Addict for Kael'thas, which is going to give him that shield. And Hammer, I have no idea what this talent is. Increasing the splash damage and radius. So it's going to do more damage to more targets, basically, is what she's looking to do. But down here we've got the Zeratul gathering the soak, and this is an important thing to look at there. We saw those XP globes were just sitting there, and Zeratul's sitting in the lane. So, you know, this was an adjustment that was made just a week ago. The XP globes don't quite, like, if you're stealthed, they don't come to you. So you have to actually come out of stealth to gather those. As we saw, Zeratul was sitting in the lane, and they just ignored him. Looks like Dread Pirate's going to rotate up here, looking for this ETC. Pie Maker should be able to get out, definitely if he pops the face melt, to prevent that condemn from getting into him, as Sergeant Hammer making her way over to the camp. On the side of Beast Coast, though, we've got the Prog Rock, so getting some self-sustain, eventually some additional help for his allies. The Bold Strategy from Anduin, so he gets that additional healing when he auto-attacks a healer, but not only that, or not a healer, a hero, but also getting the small bit of healing every time he does damage to a hero. But at the penalty of reducing how often he can cast Flash Heal, so there you go. Chromie going into the, once again, the first time, so she's going to eventually get that clone that does an additional 40% damage. It's a pretty big burst opportunity there, especially over these prison camps, and then cleave build there for Zeratul. I'm not going to go over every single talent, but I like the level 1 talents. They give us an idea of what we're looking at and the direction that our heroes are going to go. And then, you know, aside from that, it's generally, okay, let's look at some of the highlights. But down here, you know, this Arthas versus Zeratul matchup is, I mean, that's scary for Zeratul, right? He doesn't have the opportunity to stay in stealth ever, because Arthas can take him out of it pretty quickly and easily. So he's got to just kind of deal with it close to the wall, gather the XP when it gets there, and unfortunately that means he'll take a little bit of damage, especially right now when he had to back. So both of the teams rotating up, Zeratul hanging out in that lane to work that last wave of XP, And keep in mind too, again, Chromie gets all of her talents 2 levels ahead of everybody else on the map. So she's already got her level 7 talent at level 5 here, so that's going to give her additional damage to those CC targets. And Chromie has amazing poke for something like this too. She's kind of like Junkrat in that. So she's going to be looking to stack up on that hammer. How is she doing on that, by the way? 11 so far. 13 now, because she is able to just chain cast it onto the hammer. But as you can see, hammer's doing just fine. MF Princess doing a great job of, you know, standing there and putting a beam of healing energy on the hammer. ETC's going to power slide in there. Kael'thas falling low, but it's going to be ETC potentially falling. Saris also very low here. May get the Anduin as well, and they do. So first 2 kills coming out for Dread Pirates. Is auto attack Anduin the new meta build? I don't know. I don't generally like auto attack Anduin, only because of the fact that I don't like to be close enough to be auto attacked myself as a healer if I can help it. So I prefer Renew. But I mean, there are a lot of people that do take bold strategy or Pursuit by Grace, and you know, eventually then Varian's Legacy. So getting a lot of additional like small procs of healing. So to answer your question, I think it just depends entirely on your playstyle and your team and what they can support. How about that for a political answer, huh? That being said, the first cavalry coming up here for the Dread Pirates. I feel like Dread Pirates need somebody on their team named Roberts. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But it's a 3 versus 4 up here as Monkus now and Greymane coming in here. So trying to defend this fort, but Hammer's pretty far back, so she's able to siege up and get damage onto this fort from very far away. The only one who can really bomb in onto Hammer is the Chromie, but even Chromie has to be careful because the rest of the team can't, so she's just going to take occasional damage from that Hammer. So that's going to be top fort going down. Mid fort is looking pretty low as Arthas is making his way through all of that. Apparently Kael'thas got the Anduin up in the top lane there, and they're pushing in onto this wall, so quite the early game push here from Dread Pirates. And I mean, the hammer is working so much for them. They're just staying in it. They're able to heal her for eternity, and there's basically nothing that Beast Coast has as yet been able to do about it. We do have Temporal Loop here for Chromie, so we'll see if that makes any difference if she's able to make use of that cooldown reduction and bomb out those Qs. But with level 10s, the Pirates now heading up for this boss, and I mean, this boss is 100% going to be that keep. I assume. I mean, maybe they send the boss out and then head down to the bot lane and get that boss, start pressure elsewhere. Because this isn't a map that you typically see ending with just one keep down. So, yes, that answer was very political. Thanks, though. I'll have to try it out. Yeah, I mean, again, for some people it works really well. I know Psychic likes doing that. But it's just not my style. I don't want to be, which is probably why I'm an absolute god-awful Rhaegar. I just don't like being close enough to you to be in danger. Alright, boss is going out, and with that, we're going to see the lanes being cleared here by Dread Pirates. The siege camp over here getting cleared up by the Arthas, and they're going to make this rotation down to potentially get this boss. Is that what we're looking for here? We do have plenty of time. The boss is still done. Zeratul is going to see this, so there is a stage dive available. I mean, if he stage dives, he just dies, so I don't know that that's necessarily going to be the case. That said, I mean, they're close. The rest of the team is close, so can Zeratul get a Void Prison? He's not looking for the Void Prison. It looked... I was going to say it looked like a Blessed Shield went out, but I guess it was a Sandblast, because that's the only thing that would have been appropriate. And Fox coming in. There's the Void Prison in the back there. Only going to hit the Arthas and the boss as Fox doing some work onto the Kael'thas. He is going to get the healing beam, and there goes the BFG. Looks like Anduin going to be taken out. Kael'thas going to get that kill, and Monkus on Greymane going to be the next to fall. So the healer and 1 damage down on the side of Beast Coast here. And that's going to help to secure this fort. Fox going in doesn't have a whole lot of mana. Is able to get a little bit of damage, nearly killing Delurker on the Kael'thas there, but not quite successful. So we're going to see Fox disengage, probably head back, and re-engage with the rest of the team. I like his healing style, Water Dragon Lily. Yep. Well, for what it's worth, Repsychic usually goes either Renew or Pursuit by Grace. He usually doesn't take Bold Strategy. And I tend to agree, because I don't like Bold Strategy until like level 16, and if you get to level 16 and you hate your character the whole time, then I feel like you're playing it wrong. So there you go. Alright, Zeratul coming in is going to get some cleave damage here. 13 to 11, so there is a talent tier advantage for Dread Pirates, as they are going to be able to get this prison camp secured. Greymane almost up here at the siege camp, but not quite able to tap it before the objective turns on. And with this pushed in as these lanes are here in the bot lane, they're going to get this cavalry right up into the wall first. So we never really did talk about the heroics. We got that temporal loop, we got the void prison, we saw those light bomb, stage dive, and the go for the throat. So they need that target to get low so that they can get that go for the throat in. It's gonna be Armor of the Dead, Phoenix, Blessed Shield. So maybe we did see a Blessed Shield go out. Never mind. Stim Drone and BFG. We saw that coming out a little bit earlier too. So we've got the split. Greymane and Zeratul gonna deal with the other lanes, pretty much sacrificing this bot keep. And I think that that's the right call. I mean, again, 1 keep doesn't typically win you the game. In fact, for those of you that don't know, sending a boss down a lane with only 1 keep down doesn't kill the boss. It doesn't kill the core by itself. So if you ever have to deal with that, just know that your core is safe. It'll be low, but it is safe. Zeratul coming in, getting that poke damage in, and here comes the Void Prison, looking for the Kael'thas. He is in a bit of a dangerous place here with the Temporal Loop coming out. ETC's going to have that Power Slide along with the Light Bomb, so they do get the kill. Looking for one more in the Arthas, and they're able to get it. Fox falling very low. Stage Dive coming in is going to be able to get the Power Slide onto MF Princess there on the Morales, and the rest of Beast Coast coming in looking for this kill. Is Johanna going to come in with that Condemn and slow the team down? Looked like yeah, Blessed Shield going out, and Chromie in danger here, as also Zeratul. Oh, he survives just barely. Johanna, however, going to be the kill. Chromie coming in with those clones and able to take the Crusader off the map. Gotcha, Vivinche, thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's just, to me, it makes more sense. But again, it's the playstyle, you know, and especially if you're playing into teams with a lot of CC, if you've got a frontline Uther, if you've got an ETC, a Mal'Ganis, an Arthas, a Johanna, like all of these heroes want you to just stand still, and if you're close enough to do auto attacks, then you're potentially close enough to get screwed by it. That is my perspective on it, which is why I like the W for level 4, giving you those kind of half damage auto attacks at the end that allow you to proc the Renew talent as well. Not the one that they went, of course, because they went auto attack, so getting that 20% additional attack speed and auto attack range. So, you know, I fully expect to see a Varian's Legacy at 20. And that, I mean, that's really valuable too, Varian's Legacy, giving a 3-second damage over time. Chromie's dead. Oh, never mind. Anduin with the big plays. That leap of faith, man. When that first came out in this game, I was like, I hate this game. Leap of faith can just screw off. But they've got a decent wave here, which is slowly melting. They've got the siege camp, and getting the 20 armor reduction there onto the fort is gonna bring it down about to a third of its health. Zeratul, never mind, not Zeratul, that was a Chromie time trap, which caught 2 plus the Zeratul, the root going out onto Chromie here. Army of the Dead as well, so ultimate's coming in. It's gonna be Fox going down. As just having level 16s pop up a short bit ago. Monka's trying to get on the Greymane. Out of trouble here, does get the light bomb, and it's gonna be Arthas going down. So 1 for 1 so far. ETC coming in, looking for that hammer, does get the face melt, but it's gonna be Chromie falling to the Johanna in the back, the Blessed Shield going out, and Saris now on the end and having to walk away from the danger. And this, I think this pretty much gives them this mid keep now. And 2 lanes of pressure suddenly becomes a problem. Like 1 lane of pressure, your core regenerates, you're fine. 2nd lane of pressure, and depending on how it balances out timing wise, could lead to that old Winions scenario. And this is a map where like you can very easily, since there's no shielding, you really have to pay attention, because you can very easily see cores suddenly at like 10,000 health, which is an easy burn if you go in and do it. Oh, there's a 3-man Void Prison. Is there anything to set up? There's the stage dive coming in. Is not gonna land. Just a little bit ahead of it, I think. That doesn't make any sense, right? It should have hit. He should have gone into it. But anyways, go for the throat used to take out the Kael'thas, as now it's a 5v4. There's no living bombs to spread. And oh, the temporal loop onto Morales. A lot of damage coming in onto the Johanna. She's gonna pop that Iron Skin, but goes down anyway. The Leap of Faith coming out onto Zeratul, keeping him safe from Bat Mary there. Arthas trying to get in on the Zeratul. But as mentioned, the core here is starting to take some damage, and it's trying to regenerate it. But each time it alternates these lanes, it's going to make it difficult for the core to regenerate to full. So we'll see if that ultimately ends up being a problem here. The stall's coming out. The vision provided from that grenade, allowing Hammer to get the damage out to stall out the camp here. And now, even with the Zeratul and Greymane trying to get onto the Hammer, they're not able to get the kill there. Although they do get the prison camp started. Top lane, however, is looking dangerous. ETC's going to head over here. He's got stage dive coming up, so he can come back in relatively soon. But that's going to leave them without any kind of significant front line. So this looks like it may get channeled back here soon by the Dread Pirates. And a huge wave in the bottom lane as well. So Heart's coming out from Anduin, needing to fill up. Dread Pirate's going to get the channel started here. And if they complete this with as pushed up as these lanes are, it's going to be game. I mean, there's literally at that point, I don't think there's anything that the Beast Coast could do. So they've got to get in here and stop this. There's the Void Prison. They still haven't stalled it out. And this time the stage dive does land. Monk is still trying to channel. 6.5 seconds left. Is going to turn it off. So BFG coming out onto the Chromie and ETC. ETC is going to fall. However, between the Living Bomb and sieging up from Hammer with that Stim Drone. And this is looking like Prison Camp's going to go over to Dread Pirates and down. Now definitely with 2 heroes down for another 40 seconds. Oh, wait, Zeratul coming in for the Morales. Is going to get the kill. Does he pay for it? I think he probably does. Yes, he does. But these Ram Riders, 2 of them going basically straight into core. Bot lane, mid lane, both right into core. Even top lane here. Monk is trying to get a kill. Going to spread that Living Bomb over to the Anduin. And they're going to take this out. So there's going to be absolutely no shielding by the time these Ram Riders get here. And with just a Greymane facing off against a level 20 team of Dread Pirates, this is a tall order. Well, Chromie's back, so is ETC, so they do get the kill onto the Kael'thas. That's a great place to start. Unfortunately, the core already at half health from one set of Ram Riders, so at this point, we're just looking at helping our KDA. So there you go. Good game. So Dread Pirates coming in with a 2-0 victory over Beast Coast in this Division A matchup. Oop, not red, blue. There we go. Ten kills to 9. Last game was 9 kills to 10, if I remember correctly. So again, you know, the kill count's very similar. This one was just a little bit more value. When Dread Pirates got a kill, they were able to make more happen. And especially, I mean, 90% of this game was done in the first Ram Rider phase. You know, getting the keep down to, I don't know, 80% or so, throwing out that boss. All of that done pre-10. And then they were able to get another fort. And I think they even got the third fort in the bot lane there. So, you know, this was an easy amount of pressure early. That's what I was going for. Not easy. Early amount of pressure for Dread Pirates to ultimately get that win. All right, so that's going to be it for this game. Why don't we take a look at chat and see what we've got? What game are we going to be casting? Okay, so it looks like... Oh no, the heroic one won, guys. Oh no, I'm gonna feel so bad. I'll still cast a heroic game, but I'm gonna have to make it another one because I don't want to step on Mystic's toes, as he already picked that one up. Actually, I'm gonna put up a quick timer. I'm gonna check in with Mystic and see if he minds if maybe we switch on that. So we'll come back in a few minutes here. I'm gonna do an ad break, just for a quick break for people coming in, you know, right at the end of that, so that it gives me that full duration, so you'll get a minute or two of miscellaneous ads. So sorry about that, folks. Just want to make it easy for people coming in to watch. So but we'll be back in a few minutes.